back, everyone. I'm joined by Sebastian Bogner, who just won his game with white against Parham Maghsoodloo. Congrats.
Thank you.
And well, I have lots of questions, but you had a long game, and I really like this structure for white, even though I don't have the best results. So how about we go quickly through the game and your thoughts. So you can use this, by the way, to go through the moves.
Okay.
So you played as white. Your opponent played d5, c4, e6, knight f3, a6, which is a popular line nowadays.
Yeah, nowadays very popular, but I didn't expect this line at all.
Yeah.
Because usually he plays some Grünfeld and also some Dutch, and I was not expecting really this a6 line.
Yes, and here you thought for 7 minutes on a move that most players, let's say your level, would consider the only try for a win. Yeah, were you considering other tries or?
No, I was just thinking because I was preparing this line with knight f6, e6, and then a6, but I just was thinking about the move orders because usually you start with knight f6, c4, e6, knight f3,
now
a6, right?
Wow.
And yeah, okay, I can do it also.
Oh, sorry.
Now I understand. But here my plan was to go bishop f4 and to play this line.
Mm-hmm.
And then during the game, that's why I was thinking for a while, probably a bit too long, and now I transposed. But bishop f4 is now not a good option because he just takes on fb5 ideas.
Yeah.
So I guess it's not really serious here. And okay. I knew that c takes d5 is the main, that's why I chose it then later on.
Yes, c5, d5, and now knight c3.
Yeah. I saw knight c3. I think here even h6, Carlsen played h6 even here I saw, and c6 probably is also one of the main moves. Yes, alright, c6 should be.
Yeah, I just mentioned to the viewers during your game that after c6, white at least is theoretically considered to be better after this continuation, and this is usually, at least according to evaluations of engines, slightly better for white with this idea. Okay. Black normally plays knight h6, and then there's a long line of theory after which white presses. Knight f6 is the main move. Now played bishop g5, bishop e6. Everything is natural. e3, knight d7, bishop d3, bishop d6, queen c2. Up until this point, I think there were like hundreds of games. And now queen c2, c6, everything is normal. And now you started with this battle of minds, like this psychological battle. Who will castle first?
Yes, yeah? Exactly. Yeah, I wanted to waiting move, but I knew that bishop f4 is the theoretical line. I think bishop f4 and then queen c7.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think here white takes, I think, if I don't mismatch, take, and castle. And I think here black castle as well, but it's very solid.
Yeah.
It's not so easy because if I go h3 to stop bishop g4 ideas, black plays usually g6, and he has always this knight jumps to g7 or knight e8, knight d6. If I go b4, he goes always knight e8, knight d6. So I was not really sure about this position. That's why I wanted to create something during the game.
You came up with this over the board?
Yes, over the board.
It's amazing because I played this line myself. My opponent surprised me maybe 4 years ago in a tournament, and I thought for like 8 minutes and played bishop h4.
Really?
Yeah, in this exact position. Okay. Maybe after castle, but it was a funny, and I won pretty easily in that particular game. And it seems like bishop h4 in practice is almost very good.
almost very good. Yeah.
And I have to admit that when I played it, I had no idea what I wanted. It was just like, okay, maybe knight g5, but I don't know if I'm threatening it. Maybe bishop g3, but then there's no point because bishop f4 is the tempo up. But okay, it's your move. Just play.
Okay, for me it was similar. Yeah, I wanted to create some knight g5 maybe, and I wanted to see if he wants to play h6 or not. And still I have two options like castle long and castle short side. So yeah, I think it's interesting. But okay, maybe also long castle. Maybe it's played already. I am not sure.
Yes, I would define it as losing a tempo while pretending to know what you do, so that he doesn't have any more useful moves before he castles. But that's a little bit too meta game. And
it was too meta, probably.
Yes. Let's pretend the chess is objective. Bishop g4. And now, yeah, long
Yeah, here
castle.
always I thought his idea might be bishop h5 and you can make some arrows maybe and
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
like
I love the arrows.
the arrows. Yeah, maybe I thought this might be his idea to play.
Every strong grandmaster likes to draw. You know?
Yeah, so okay, it looks very natural to me. Bishop g4. So okay, as I told you, the short castle I didn't want really to play, so I considered to play here.
Long castle.
Also long castle.
Like a boss.
Okay, some active play.
Yeah, just wanting to prevent his threat without wasting time.
Okay,
In
you
a way.
still should go bishop h5 probably, but I didn't see something else. I mean, bishop g3 is maybe also playable, but
Yeah. Now,
okay, I don't know. But
your opponent played queen c7. Did you expect this or queen e7 rather?
nah, queen c7 was more
More natural.
to me.
King b1.
I also always considered queen c7.
And now
And what
castle as well, yeah?
I think he played h6 at some point. This
Oh, yeah,
surprised
yeah.
me. I didn't expect this move at all.
You wanted to maybe threaten castle short in some cases. Maybe just
Maybe he
in case
can-
you play a3. Sorry.
Maybe he can do it. Maybe he can do it. I
Yeah.
mean here, sorry. After king b1, you can go king b1.
Yeah.
And I think he
King a1.
no, instead of h6. I didn't understand really h6 in this situation. Okay, maybe he wanted to wait, but I think if he goes
Castles.
castle, I think this is critical line. And here I have many options. One option is to play h3, bishop h5, and g4. I
It looks
thought-
really good for white.
and then to play like bishop f5 maybe at this point. And okay, rook g1 and take on f6 and h4. But
Yeah, Black
maybe-
lost a lot of time and
Yeah.
then suddenly.
okay, it's very solid anyway. But
But you know, if you find the right plan, you suddenly can checkmate black with the
Yeah.
pawn. So it doesn't feel right to play castles.
for me, it felt better for me. I mean, my attack looks more dangerous because if he goes b5, b4, I go knight a4, and it's
Yeah.
not so easy to attack me.
Show the arrows. If b5, b4, then the knight acts as a blockade.
Yeah, knight goes to a4, and okay. And the other option was he was afraid of e4. I mean, after the short castle, sorry, e4,
Yeah.
take
He
knight.
was afraid of it.
He was afraid of it.
And knight takes
It's
e4.
that knight takes, take
Bishop takes.
h6, because, and now h3, bishop b6 and d5.
And you get a better endgame.
And I have a slightly better endgame after all exchanges. Take, knight b6.
And now rook c5 or
I considered here rook d4,
D4.
but maybe rook c5
no, rook
is...
d4 is more
Okay,
central.
I'm not sure, because here he has a very strong move f6 and my bishop is kind of stuck on h4. And if I go rook c1, he has rook c8 and I cannot really
Do anything. Yeah.
I cannot really do anything. I cannot see how
Yeah.
how I improve my position.
It's always about the bish.
But maybe rook c5. Okay, but maybe it looks very forced to me. But this was two options I had here. Or he could
H3
play maybe anyway long castle, because in the game he played long castle, so maybe he...
Yeah, h6 might
can-
have been, and also g5, that came after h6, was kind of a way to justify it, but it might create some weaknesses on f5
Yeah.
and so on.
I was happy after h6 already,
Yeah.
because h6, g5, it looks not so dangerous to me.
Yeah, rook c1 is a very useful waiting move.
Okay, it's very natural to go king b1, rook c1, and
Yeah,
okay,
open file.
open file. Yeah.
Yes, I explained it to the viewers.
Ah, to the
like,
viewers, okay.
The rooks, the open file, yeah, it's important in chess. Even though not always these basic things tend to work. G5, bishop g3, castles. Now,
Now I see 20 minutes was a bit too long, but here I just couldn't I couldn't decide if I should go knight d2 immediately or just take. I was not sure, but it took too long time probably.
is the difference
should play
so significant? Like, to allow bishop takes
I mean,
d3, you
the only option, the only difference I mean is if he takes here, and okay, at some point he has, I think, h5 and h4, and maybe he has some counterplay because I have to take, and then he has rook g8 and maybe on g2, but
Yeah, that's probably better to avoid counterplay.
and yeah,
Yeah,
also sometimes g4 yes, but okay,
yeah,
that's why I took now on d6.
yeah.
Queen takes d6, knight
d2.
d2. And now it's very easy to play for me.
Yeah, yeah.
I go knight b3 and I will just attack on the queen side.
Knight b6 probably wasn't the best move, but it's hard to suggest moves for either
Hard,
side.
yeah.
Maybe it's easier to play with white, but like
It's easier, but it's still solid. I thought he was. I asked him, but he was really disappointed with the position. But I think okay, it's slightly better, but it's not.
yeah, your opponent is a very creative and attacking
Yeah.
player.
I
and
think it was not his position.
yeah,
I mean,
it was probably a good decision of line from white side, and
Yeah.
this might be
You
the
think-
usual plan, but it's hard to unleash because like once he starts moving backwards, then you start playing moves like bishop f5.
but I
and-
think also f3, e4 is a
Yeah,
one
yeah.
idea. F3 and
Yeah.
e4. So also if it goes 98, I have always this f3, e4 ideas.
whenever he moves backwards, you move forward.
That
with
was
your
also a
pawn.
reason why I didn't, why I took on d6, because g3 is sometimes if I go f3, e4,
Yeah,
g3 is hanging, but
yeah.
That
So
was also-
that's a very deep difference and probably
Okay, yeah.
critical decision. But yeah, so if you were to go back to this position, let's say, would you think less before playing bishop takes d6? Like, do you think it was slightly inaccurate to spend 21
yeah, I
minutes?
think so. I should go quicker here, like
Yeah.
maybe 6-7 minutes would be more.
Yeah.
Because for me it was clear I played bishop d6 on knight d2,
Yes.
but it took too much time. But you know, during the board, you're calculating lines, and suddenly it's time goes very quick. And,
Yeah, yeah. Nico's advice from the Rapid when he won 2 games in a row, like, when I played faster, the results improved.
yeah, exactly.
it.
Yeah, this is okay.
Everything.
Sometimes it's easy. Yeah.
Yeah. So knight
Sometimes
c5, knight fd7. Now queen b3 is a very strong move.
I think it's important because otherwise he can trade some pieces, and then it's not so easy to make progress.
Yeah. Now king a7.
I think this it was also my move. I mean for him,
Yeah.
what I thought king a7, because I think I have some threats already, yeah? Like knight e7, bishop a6. So yeah, and here okay,
Queen
there,
b4, very, very strong move as far as I can tell. I don't think he blundered knight a6, right? Or
I don't think so actually.
because
But he was so unhappy with his position that he said he didn't want to play like very passive.
might be
but
the
he
right
should.
choice in some cases, but
But
like
here
here
I
is queen c7, then okay, it's hard for me to recommend anything for black, but let's say this is a natural attempt to defend. What were you thinking here?
Okay, I think I have a4.
A4. Do you consider something
Yeah,
like
also
this?
knight a4, yes.
Like threatening something?
Okay, the idea is always to put the rooks, double the rooks. I mean, rook c3, rook c1, rook a3, rook c3. Bring the rooks, and here's not really
Yeah,
a plan. I don't know.
yeah.
I didn't see what he's doing, but
And take something like.
but now he
knight
can
takes.
he can exchange something.
Yeah. It's hard to evaluate, but it seems like this is the main attempt.
But if
to-
I go a4,
What's your threat?
I mean my idea is a5 and knight a4, but
So let's say I go back somewhere. If a5.
maybe I block myself now. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
because
it's-
now I cannot bring the rooks. Yeah. Yeah, probably it's better to play knight a4 actually.
Hard to say.
Think,
Yeah, there are not that many weaknesses,
yeah, it's
but
probably knight a4, rook c3.
but in this position there are some threats with knight d5, so maybe you have some attack.
Yeah, knight d5. It's working now, right?
Probably. Knight here. The queen is
Knight
trapped,
is-
isn't it? Oh no, not queen d6. Rook c8. So, oh yeah, the queen is trapped.
Yeah,
No more.
yeah, it's
No
just winning, yeah? Winning on the spot.
Yeah, just quickly note for the viewers: rook c8 check, queen d6. Actually, knight b8 is funny, but then rook takes b8. It's really
But
funny.
I can even take the queen and take on h8.
Yeah, but this is really funny. I
But this
think.
is funny, yeah?
Yeah, funny tactics. So here,
Okay, there's also... Okay, knight b8 is a bit passive.
bishop h5
Okay, bishop h5. Okay, but now... I also considered queen f6, but probably it's not good, because then...
by black.
by black, but it's not really... Just just knight a4 probably.
Knight a4, and now
He's not in time. Yeah, you cannot capture on f2 because I have rook f4 and rook f7 and
if queen f2, rook hf1, rook f7.
yeah. But here he has to play rook b8.
Yeah.
I considered. Okay, but and now probably just knight a6, yeah, or bishop a6, right?
And if knight
Take
c5,
and queen a5.
knight c5,
Take.
bishop c8.
And yes, bishop d8, yeah.
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 There must be a win, but
Okay, yeah, it
precise.
looks very promising, but okay, it's not so easy to break. I mean,
Oh, sorry. So here, rook b8.
I was surprised anyway that he played bishop h5 because then
What about knight a6? Something like this. Knight c4. Yeah.
I played a wrong one, but yeah, it's knight c4. Yeah.
There must be a win, but it's
Maybe there's not.
maybe queen a5 immediately, and then something like takes, and then knight a6.
But if he goes, ah. Yeah, this looks winning.
Yeah. So queen a5 might.
Queen f5 might be winning. And if
Yeah.
he goes bishop f5,
Here.
I mean, here bishop f5, or I plunder something.
Well,
Do I plunder something or?
I'm smelling some sack on b6 and knight d7 check,
Yeah, but
or maybe e4.
bishop takes, he has to go.
Bishop e4, knight b6, queen b6.
Ah, and then I have this trick, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, here this is nice, yeah?
So, and if
Yeah.
you take with the pawn, then bishop a6.
Yeah, now bishop e6. Okay, e4 is important, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is, yeah,
So queen f6.
queen f6 not really.
Yeah.
Okay, it's already very unpleasant, but bishop h5. Okay,
now-
maybe there's a maybe there's faster way, I don't know.
Then what? The knight a6? Oh.
Maybe.
I think knight a6 is
Okay, I was very happy to
It's
take
good
pawn
enough,
and it should be very good, yeah?
it's good enough. Yeah.
Should be good enough, yeah?
I mean, what else? A4 or?
I didn't really think about it because if I have
Yeah.
knight a6 and I just win
this
a
looks-
pawn and
this is your
it's-
threat. So if
yeah.
it doesn't prevent it, yeah.
Yeah, I would
but-
just take it.
Yeah. Knight c8, b3, very
But-
natural. A4. So far, so good. And now, may I ask you to share your inner thoughts, your like the process of the technique part, because that's probably where most chess players, including myself, fail,
Okay.
especially in winning positions.
It's not so easy actually. I often fail
Not easy to-
myself.
Not easy to do and much more difficult to teach when
Yeah.
you don't know it yourself.
Okay, I just wanted to I don't know, just that he doesn't get any active play
Yeah.
and just to be very solid here. I mean, of course I'm a pawn up, but still just no counterplay, not allowed any counterplay.
Yeah.
And I think then it should okay, but here it's already not such difficult because he has already some weaknesses. Yes, f5 is weakness, and I go a5, I have a6, and I have a very good bishop. Yes,
Yeah.
better bishop than his bishop, so I have some pluses already in the position. So also this one.
Yeah.
But I think I just wanted to play a5, king c2, bring the king to d2, and at some point I wanted to play a6 and just to
Yeah.
to win this. But okay, it's never so easy to win it in the final. But I think here I have already nice squares e5 and c5, and I think this a4 a5 idea is important because then I create some weaknesses.
Yeah. So
But,
knight b8 is passive but necessary.
Yeah.
Knight a4, bishop e8, knight c5.
Okay, it looks very good, but
Yeah, very
probably
dominant.
I should win faster. But
Knight e4, f3, knight back,
okay, he cannot really do something.
h4. So you just improve all your pieces.
Maybe it was not necessary to play h4. Maybe I could play, I don't know, rook c2, rook c1. Yeah, and then And then at some point a6, just a6 at some point. I need some error. Maybe something like this. Maybe it's better.
Yeah. So h4 seems natural, but yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's not
It's
necessary.
always
like-
difficult to judge which of the different continuations is better. Bishop f. Probably this is slightly more practical because it allows less counterplay, and you can always go back to playing h4 when all the pieces are on the queen side.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So
He cannot do any.
h4, bishop
He
f7,
can do nothing actually.
king
So
c2, rook dg8, hg, hg, king d2. If you exchange the rooks, it's probably winning. Yeah.
yeah, should be
Bishop
winning.
e8, knight e6, g4, knight f4, bit knight e7. So far everything seems pretty straightforward.
Okay,
And now
maybe there was some a6 at some point, but
bishop e2 and knight f6. Yeah, it's hard to really say. You didn't have too much time also, right?
okay, I was not really under time pressure, but I had like 6-7 minutes to finish my moves, and I just wanted to finish 40 moves, and then I will see.
Yeah. So
Okay, I
here,
wanted to go knight e5, and then okay, he played b6, but
b, king b6, knight c5.
now he has to go bishop d7. His only move. I think knight c8 is just losing on.
Yeah, bishop
Easily.
d7 preventing knight f6 ideas, yeah?
Yeah, and he goes bishop c8, and I cannot really enter so easily after
Yeah.
bishop c8.
And now knight c8 and
But now it's just
bishop
lost.
d3,
Yeah.
followed by rook a1, and knight f6 and
Just made on a6.
yeah.
But probably I should exchange before and then play rook a1. This was probably better.
Exchange where?
You know, but okay, it doesn't matter too much. I mean, here after knight c8.
Ah.
Here. Okay, it was my move 40 here. Just take, maybe just take and play rook a1.
Hmm. Yeah, not to allow bishop d7 and bishop c8.
Yes.
Yeah.
But okay, it's lost anyway, I
Yeah.
guess.
But this is the kind of thoughts that make me ruin my advantage. You know, it's lost anyway. Okay, let's play this.
Yeah,
let's play
that's
that.
okay.
And then little by little,
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
we
You're
are
right.
making compromises. And like, I don't know, like if the viewers are aware of it, but
Yeah.
not only weak players ruin winning positions. Like the stronger the players are, usually they have more positions they've ruined in their career, and it still
Yeah.
keeps happening every now and then. So, yeah, it's very important to notice these kind of small thoughts that enter our mind when we sense we are winning. Like, okay, this will be fine. Yeah, we will win
Yeah.
anyway. I mean, it's very famous story that Kasparov, when he had a winning position, so when he sensed like you know, the blood, then he became even more focused and like he seeked more precise moves and ways to finish the game as quickly as possible. Like let's say some form of lion, like looking at the prey and just
Yeah.
waiting for the right moment to just finish them off, even if it takes a lot of energy. So that's just an advice I received in some workshop.
No, but you're right. I think it's very important not to keep. I mean, not to lose the pressure. You know, you
Yes.
still need a kind of pressure. Not say, okay, I'm totally winning, and
Yeah.
you shouldn't lose the concentration. This is very important.
So the first advice
And,
by Dvoretsky was do not rush, but at the same time keep the tension.
Yeah, keep the
Hold-
tension. Yeah, this
Hold
is.
the strength and just
this is,
try to think as hard as you can for as long as you can, even though it seems like the natural thing you want to do is to release the tension and just feel
Exactly.
as
Yeah.
if we are having fun. You want to have fun in your winning position,
Yeah.
but in terms of sports, it's better to have fun after the war is finished.
Yeah.
And so
The game is over when it's signed.
Exactly.
That's what I.
Exactly.
It's
You're
all-
sitting in Dina's
yes.
chair and you're quoting her, yeah.
Yeah.
When there's 1-0.
Yeah, then it's over. But before, you should always keep the tension. Yeah, this
Yes.
is very important. Yeah.
Yes.
But it's not so easy over the board. It's easy to say, but over the board, it's never so easy.
Yeah. So let us, if you don't mind, let's
Yeah.
have a quick look at the
Let's
game,
take a look.
the last game between Leko and Georgiadis, and
Yeah.
ask an expert's opinion. And yeah. So board number 1. This is the position. So first of all, before we look at the actual game, last position we looked at was somewhere around here, after some exchange. Look, this is funny, like rook takes c6, 50 minutes. Does it make sense that white is thinking for 50 minutes here?
Yeah, he didn't think 50 minutes. He just got time.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's he. You know, he got just time control. I think that's the reason, no?
It would be really funny if I had a game like with a time control,
50 minutes.
and then I would like, okay, I'm going to 50 minutes
Yeah.
to the park or something, and then like, okay, I'll be back.
I did it once actually.
Yeah.
Yes. 40 minutes, I think. 42 minutes against Yakovenko. I played in Gibraltar.
Yeah.
And the time control was like, I think 50 minutes after move 40. And
Yeah.
I thought really, or 1 hour. I'm not sure actually.
Ah,
but I
no.
thought for first move 41, I thought 40 minutes. Really,
I
40
imagine
minutes.
something else completely in my mind. Like Kovenko is thinking, and then you're like going somewhere. Like I remember sometime
40 minutes.
I played a rapid tournament back in Israel, and there was a guy who was so fast and didn't mind having time pressure. So
Yeah.
between the rounds, he just went to play, ping pong, table tennis. He played a game, and he went back. He had 10 minutes. He played quickly and won, and went to play table tennis outside
then
the hall.
table
Yeah, just came back and forth like this. And
Okay.
anyway, let's not take advice from these
Take
people.
not too much.
But it would be a nice idea, like if it was allowed to leave the playing area and so on, like before.
Okay, but nowadays it's just not possible
Yeah, it's
because
not legal, but
also the time control gets less and less. So
Yeah.
you don't really have time.
So
move
Rook takes
40.
a6. This is where I asked Corey and Abdusatorov about the position. I asked them about their own evaluation, and now I will continue the tradition and ask.
Yeah, okay, I think.
You as well.
Okay. From the first view, it looks equal, but I mean, white is of course pressure. Has some pressure because active rook, and I mean, rook a7 is coming, and also f5 maybe. But I think black played f5 now. Yeah?
Yes. which
But
was-
I mean, I think it should be throw. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not so much activity actually.
F7, F5. All the
F5,
moves are
yeah.
natural.
But,
But-
yeah, but I mean, there's so much. Wait, yes, okay. There's so much material gone. I think it should be just very drawish.
Yeah, this position, like, would you continue with white? I'm sure with black everyone would agree to a draw, yeah?
Yeah, with black, yes.
With white, would you try for a few more minutes?
Okay, you can try. Why not? Yeah, I think I would try also some more moves maybe, just to see if black will find everything.
I have
But-
funny.
yeah.
Something funny happened to me recently is that I've been like some of my friends are beginning chess players, and they claim that resigning or agreeing to a draw is unthoughtful of the grandmasters or the let's say the club players, because when the game is broadcasted, the amateurs cannot understand why it's a draw or why they resigned. So I have two stories actually with the same moral at the end. So one time I was, it was a draw, but I thought of my friends and like, okay, it's broadcasted, I will continue for a little bit longer just to show them how it's a draw, and then my opponent blundered. That's one thing. And then
Yeah.
the opposite happened to me when it was a completely losing position in a way that even in bullet you cannot save it. At least that's how I thought. And I was like, okay, I will continue for a few more moves just to show how I get mated, how I completely lose from all sides. Like my opponent had two pass pawns. I was black and he had the pass pawn on both of these squares coming at me, and I had nothing to do in a knight end game. And I continued, and then he repeated moves.
And then
He was too tired or something.
yeah.
It was like not so long
But it
ago.
can happen really. I mean,
Yeah.
to me, it happened so many
like-
things, and
To me, it was clear that I have to resign, but my opponent, like already after 4.5 hours, and he felt like he was winning for so long, then his energy was drained,
Yeah.
and he felt like, okay, I will give him the draw because he fought for so long, and I couldn't find a win. I give up. And then suddenly, when he offered the draw and repeated moves, I was shocked, and then like I started admiring the philosophy of beginners. I'm trying to seek for advice from all the kids who don't want to resign. So it's kind of interesting. So miracles sometimes happens when you are being slightly
yeah. But
childish.
here, I think here it's fine that Liko's still trying a bit, but I think he will not try it too long. I mean, if he just also black has many options to sacrifice, like the knight for those two pawns, and it's.
That's true. That's true. Knight takes a5.
But
with-
now it's not working, yeah, because he has
96.
96. Yeah.
So let's just show.
But if he can work somehow, make it work somehow, then
So let's just give an
it
example.
should be the easiest way. But
Once again, let's say just for example, something like this. Knight takes a5, g takes a5, rook takes a5. it's well known that rook and knight versus rook is an easy draw.
Yeah, I think so too.
At a professional level.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's well known that usually the players with white will continue for 50 moves and try.
Exactly. That's
And-
why you don't want to do it.
Yes, and
actually.
from the human point of view,
But, yeah.
you don't want to allow such an
Yeah.
exhausting.
Exactly. Because it takes a lot of energy.
Yeah,
And,
and you have chances to lose at least if you're.
Okay, if you're tired, you plunder
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
some fork or something like this. Okay.
And there are all these small steps that annoy you. So, for example,
Yeah.
if he pulls your king one square backwards, so just to demonstrate here, if suddenly in a, let's say black's king was here, and then he creates some tricks and your king moves to the third rank and it's cut, you're not losing yet, but then you feel a little bit worse. And then when you're in the second rank and you're cut, then you're feeling worse. Still a draw.
But still a
this,
draw, yeah, but
it's like this fight.
some mental.
Yes, it's like this
so
attempt
easy.
to survive and you feel like you're being tortured. So, in fact, I had some game where I was on the strong side and my opponent was around the same rating, close to 2500. And they could have immediately entered such an endgame, but they decided to force the draw by other means and missed something, and then I was winning suddenly. So, my question to you in this regard is whether you as a professional would sacrifice an f5, for example, here, or just keep holding by means of king f8 and just continuing the or king f7.
It's a hard question, but okay.
Like it's a question.
Okay,
of,
usually you just go into king f8 if it's possible, because if you have like h5 at some point, it's much easier to make a draw.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's just king f8.
and
Probably I would-
maybe in one occasion out of a million you win somehow if your
Yeah.
opponent is pressing too hard. Yeah.
I think I wouldn't allow this kind of idea with, I mean, with rook. But I wouldn't worry also.
Yeah.
I mean,
So black is thinking in this position.
yeah, he's thinking quite for
And
a
he-
while.
16 minutes and he played h5. So he's exactly proving my point. He could have played some
yes.
solid move in order
Yes,
to
yes.
try to sacrifice.
But maybe king g8, he was afraid of f6,
Or
right?
king f4, yeah. So f6 might be a threat, yeah. So
I'm not
h5.
sure,
So he's using the advice concerning Kasparov, but not from the winning position point of view, but from he sees a chance to make a draw after he suffered for a long game. So he's calculating. He's not lazy. He's very concentrated, as we can see in the video.
Yeah, he's very concentrated.
And he wants to secure the draw. Yesterday he had a draw in his pocket and he just
he
mixed,
skipped it, yeah, with rook
mixed it
c.
in time pressure at the
Yeah.
end. So he doesn't want to allow the same thing to happen. So this is actually something to note. Like I wouldn't probably be energetic enough to think for 16 minutes and just calculating. I would just try to find the simplest continuation. But yeah, h5, if it works, then it works. Let's try to analyze it a little bit.
Okay, knight g5 looks like the most logical, yeah, or knight d6, but...
Yes, knight g5.
But I have
only
knight
move
g5,
king e8.
yeah, he already only moves that.
Yeah, yeah, so it's easy to
So
think of.
yeah, more or
And
less
now-
forced, and after rook,
a8.
okay, rook a8, yes, rook d8, but even, okay, probably, just rook d8 and
Just an easy
just
draw.
capture the pawn, yeah, it's just draw, yeah?
So knight g5 is not,
Not really a threat.
maybe knight d6,
King g8, right?
rook a8. Let's have a look. Yeah, king g8.
King g8, rook
Rook
e8, king h7.
And now probably knight f7 comes to mind. And now you have to sacrifice, don't you? Or g6, f6.
Ah,
So-
suddenly you have to sacrifice it.
But knight f5, maybe king e4.
Maybe it's not his idea here.
Knight d6 check.
Maybe his idea was to... Okay, but there's only one move here to avoid this, yeah? King f...
But now knight c8. And rook a7, and suddenly it's not so clear. Or king g5 now?
Okay, but then... yeah, maybe king g5. Maybe he has king g... And then he has rook e5, but king... Yeah. Probably this is his idea.
Wait, must be something to look for. Also here, we can stop for a moment just to try to...
Okay, king a4, but he has just rook d7, yeah? I mean...
Rook e5 also.
No, I mean after knight
there.
c8, but
Yeah, yeah.
he has rook
Knight
d7.
c8 is the most logical move. King g5 is the only move, because this looks bad, yeah? This looks dangerous.
It looks dangerous because he has
Yeah.
king f4
and g takes h5 and
or even g5.
yeah. So this is not this is out of the question. King g5 with the idea of knight e7 rook e5 check with a draw, because of this intermediate h takes g4, very important in case of king f3, h takes g4. So here, what can we offer white as a winning attempt, if anything?
Okay, the question is before maybe if there's any ideas. Is there any idea or
Probably here, yeah.
yeah, maybe here.
Or
Okay, knight e4. Okay, he has to go king f7. Then we have move repetition, but
Yeah.
knight
What
e8
else?
is just king g5.
What about king f4?
King f4, yeah.
g5.
Maybe g5. Yeah.
G5 looks very solid. It's not so. It's not easy to force anything from black.
No, it's
And
not
HG
not
is
easy
coming.
at all.
HG is coming next and nothing. So, what about king e4? Rook e5, king f4?
No, g5, yeah.
G5. Ah, I cannot move.
Probably it's just a draw here.
What do you do?
Do you have any threats?
Knight c4.
Okay, if I just take.
Knight c4 is an idea. But
Okay, then I have to
defend, yeah.
to defend. Yes,
So
I have to defend. Then yeah, okay. Well, the okay, it's also draw, but maybe you don't want to make like this draw. But
wait, a knight e4.
sometimes you have to. Probably yeah. Okay, but it's just a draw, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah. HG is the only move that makes sense. Then defend the knight versus rook, which is also a relatively easy draw.
yeah, yeah, it should be easy draw.
Uh,
Maybe here. Okay, we should take a look here. Okay, f6 is just not possible, yeah. Okay, it is, but
f6 is a move, yeah.
it just
but
takes, yeah. And there's no threat. I mean,
I think they played some moves.
are they played?
Yeah. So king e8 after knight g5 check, and now knight e6 by white and king f7 back. It's amazing. White pre-moved knight e6. I didn't know it was possible. In,
How is this
in
possible?
classic
Yes. He's very fast.
0
yeah.
seconds to play knight e6. King f7 and now Leko Teko.
What happens after rook a8?
Yeah. Knight f5 or rook f5.
Okay, king f6.
Rook
probably.
f5 is a move, no?
Rook f5. Yeah.
Knight d8.
Yeah, well.
Let's not lose too quickly.
Yeah. Okay,
Knight
but
f5, yeah.
why not just
Yes.
knight f5 and
Classical.
okay, then you have to play it. I mean,
Yeah.
but even king f6 is not so, is it?
Yeah.
But now, no.
So here, it's hard to say.
But here king e4. It's a bit unpleasant.
Mm-hmm. Rook e5.
Alright, maybe you have again g5 or
g5. No, knight g6 maybe also.
no, I have also knight d5. Yeah.
So,
Okay,
so many,
I don't know.
so
Should
many
be.
resources, so little time.
He played already a move? No, he's sinking.
King
Yeah?
f7 back, sorry. And now,
No, he has to sink. Yeah?
let's see. Maybe if we go to the game here on this side, we can find the clocks. Oh man, I'm here for a long haul. I hope they'll have like 10 minutes.
They have like okay,
tops.
like 40 minutes. But okay, the position is
40
not.
minutes for white to think about how to proceed.
I think in this position there's
Yeah. Let's study some theory.
not so much creativity, but we'll see. Yeah,
Yeah.
still going on.
So
Okay, the question is, does he create something like a rook and knight against rook? Does he create it or not?
if he does, then I envy you. Actually, mentioned both to you and Nico earlier that I really wish to play chess, and yeah, I enjoy commentating, but at the same time, looking at people playing chess is like being hungry at looking at people
Really?
eating all the time, and yeah, it's not so easy. And I hope to play the Blitz tournament here, but at the same time that the open section has the free day with the Blitz tournament,
I think so.
the GMT plays the Blitz.
Ah, yeah.
Simultaneously.
So, I think we play the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, play Blitz.
So maybe
on
I'll play
Saturday.
one
Yeah.
classical game in the open and quit
Yes, you can. Yes.
against
On Friday you can play. Yeah,
yeah,
the day off.
the classical game against the lowest seed. Yeah, and then
You can play there.
yeah. So let's hope that Nico finds the quickest way for a draw, so we can ask them about the interesting middle game that they had. In fact, maybe just
Maybe we can take a short look at about the middle game if you
yeah,
want.
yeah,
if you
yeah.
like to.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I could use any company.
Yeah.
So first of all, let's mention this. I call it Hyper Rogozin. I don't know if it has a name.
Okay, he always
Accelerated
plays.
Rogozin.
Yeah, he always plays this. I played so many times against Nico.
Yeah,
yeah, he,
but it seems
often.
like A3 or CD5 and A3 are the way to go. Otherwise, there's no punishment for Bishop B4. I don't like when players play sidelines against me. I don't like to transpose to main lines.
I agree. Yes, I think Bishop before now A3 is an option.
Yeah, the principled approach.
This is a
and-
principal option, yeah, because then you have also E3 in later on. I mean,
Yes.
you can transpose to F3 line like
Yeah,
Samish.
now I mean either C5 or C6 or Knight F6 are all played, but it's all like very
But
nice.
now, yeah, now you have also E3 yeah, in the pocket. I mean, with white. You
Yeah.
don't, you're not forced to play F3 here, but
Yes, exactly. So it's a good line for white, but for some
they
reason
decided to take, yeah. Okay.
Bishop before and yeah, start investigating the Queen's Gambit declined ocean. With Queen B3 was very deep to prevent Bishop F5, and then it came from the other side, and white just lost the tempo. But
Okay,
doesn't
looks,
matter that much in these positions.
Looks like white has nothing to me, but
I mean, it is something. H3 is deep, and now A5. I felt like here white should be slightly better, especially given the fact that black played Queen A6. But it's hard to prove, and the thing is that it's going to be liquidated quite quickly, and if you cannot find something very concrete, then it's hard to show any advantage. I thought about Queen A2 as a funny looking move, but yeah, I'm sure Leko will show all of the variations when he gets here, if he's not
yeah,
too
he
tired.
will. Yeah,
Knight E2,
he will
D4,
show probably.
E4, and then suddenly, before you know it, they exchanged everything. I thought white was better, and then we get this endgame.
Okay, the problem is knight on E2 is very passive. Eh?
Yeah,
It's hard to make progress with it.
but I think we can agree that the critical moment is around Queen A6.
Yeah, I agree. After
here,
Queen A6, right? Or
So here,
okay, here. I think-
DC5 is forced.
Yeah, this
A5 makes a lot of sense. DC5 is forced, and now Queen A6.
Yeah,
And
it's
if there is an
critical.
advantage, it was here.
But he didn't sing for long. Yeah, he just like 4 minutes, not too long. But
Yeah, but
maybe he
move
was
number,
under time pressure here.
not yet. No,
Not yet,
I don't
okay.
think so. So here, Queen A6, maybe 92 doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel right. I didn't bother calculating.
But what happens after Queen A2? Also D4, right?
You have so many
Or-
candidate moves. Even C6 makes sense. Like so many different moves that make a lot of sense. And like 92 is allowing this very easy tactics.
And
Immediately punished. So one of these three moves I mentioned, Queen A2, Knight B4, or C6.
yeah, Queen A2 looks promising to me.
I mean, the most logical, yeah, you defend and attack at the same time. Probably Knight C5 was the idea, or D4.
Yeah, D4 or Knight takes D5, yeah. Take,
Here.
Knight takes.
But I'm a pawn up, I mean,
Yeah, now you're pawn up. And if
So-
he takes on C5,
you mean
I
here.
mean Knight takes. I'm after Queen A2. Knight
Knight
takes C5, yes.
Let's see. If I Knight takes D5, Knight D3, I lose a piece. So,
Ah, yeah, it's just this trick.
Knight
Yeah, after
B4?
Knight. Yeah, Knight B4. But now it's just win a pawn.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like, it seems like Leko got his dream position.
Knight A2 looks. I don't know. Looks
There
very
must have been
passive.
something.
probably missed something.
Queen
C4. Yes, Queen C4. Maybe Queen C4.
What can we say? Knight here. Where do I put it? It's important in the... I'm thinking like you're not threading Knight C5 yet, are you? Or maybe you...
Is there a threat? Okay, like take Knight B2, but then he has...
So Knight C5 is the idea. Then if you take on D1.
Not so easy. Yeah, maybe Queen C4 was the problem.
What if I play just A6? Deep.
That's really deep. Okay, you just wait, eh?
Black waits as well.
No, I mean you waiting move A6. Eh?
The point is that after Knight C5
Knight
and
C5
all
take
these lines, all these moves,
Rook D1, eh?
yeah, A5 is not hanging, and I can try to play something like this, and maybe claim.
Rook D7, no? Because he has
Rook where? Ah, D7.
Rook
Yeah.
D7. Eh?
Also Knight B5 is available. Yeah. So after, so yeah, exactly.
Yeah, A6 I like. And if he takes on A2, then just pawn up, right?
If he takes where on A2, pawn up, yeah.
Just pawn up.
Rook C6 might be critical, but
Mm.
take here. This must be better.
Yeah, but now take
Rook
and
D7.
again Rook D7.
Yeah. So A6
This
looks.
looks dangerous.
No,
But
so
Rook
Queen
C7
A2
in the end, okay, maybe.
There
It's
must have been something after Queen A2,
Yeah.
but still, C6 looks nice. Knight B4 looks nice, and White is more active in all variations, so it's just a matter of choice. And once he played this and everything was exchanged, I think there's no point to analyze nuances, because this is where White could have played for a win. And yeah, I can't really provide any advice for Black. Let's suffer with Nico.
yes.
At Neko.
Nico is still
A2.
thinking, yeah? Still
Oh,
thinking.
they sacrificed the knight, but okay.
Ah, no. Okay. Okay, but even the two pawns are
Yeah, the pawns are alive,
alive, yeah?
which means either they will agree to draw faster, or they will be taken and it will last longer. So it becomes.
The question is, can he take the pawns or not?
But Leko is already leading. If he wins this game, I will be happy
No,
for him.
I don't
But,
think that he will win this game.
Yeah. So Queen A2, can we search for a defensive?
Okay, the
that's it.
time is... Okay, Nico has not so much time, but... Okay, after 60 moves there's still time, right?
After 60 moves, what?
There's additional time.
Yeah.
How
Maybe
much
someone
time?
in the chat has something interesting to say about the position. Sometimes they have brilliant variations.
Yes, maybe they have some ideas.
If you don't resign, the opponent promotes 3 queens or something. Yeah, that's an advice. I don't know what they mean, but yeah, if they promote 3 queens, then I should definitely take it into my heart. So put stockfish away.
You use stockfish? No, no?
We don't use
don't
engines
use,
here. This is an NG-free environment, sadly.
But you give advices like stockfish.
I mean, I thought like
Even
at least
better.
the least I can do is to try to improve my own chess, and I'm really trying, believe me.
It's hard.
Yeah, but it can be a little bit tough sometimes, like in the case of the position over the board where I try to defend for Black and root for Nico, but
But the other 2 games are draw, yes? I mean,
yeah.
there was draw, yeah?
Yeah, so nothing special to offer. Yeah, the other 2 games are draws.
I just didn't see
Maybe I
the
can show you the.
I think Shankland's game and Vidit's game was very...
Maybe I can
Very
offer you a
interesting.
chance to improve your chess, or at least improve mine by asking you about a specific position here, if you wish. And then maybe I'll release you because
Okay,
no
probably
reason
they told you
for
already, no? I mean, they told you already, probably.
I mean, there is just some position here in Shankland Vidit game where I really want to hear as many opinions as I can to investigate the topic of calculation and what people think of it. So this is the critical position for Sam, and here there's no like winning tactic or anything. It just
You checked it.
I'm not testing you. It's just like picking your brain a little, if you don't mind, and then I'll deal with Leko and Nico on my own, so
Yeah,
that
you
you can rest before your games. So
Yeah.
here, Queen G4 is one move that clearly comes to mind. What
Yes.
other moves?
Okay, 94.
94 immediately. FG4
Go
by
F takes
94,
G6. Yeah.
and yeah, and
Rook
another
C1.
move. Yeah, Rook C1
Rook
was
C1
offered
looks-
by someone in the crowd with the idea to exchange sack here,
yeah.
and also in case of Bishop D5 to sack on C7. These are 3 lines. Feel free to
Okay, Rook F4 comes
Offer a
also to
move.
my mind, but
and
maybe it's not good.
come again.
Rook F4 is an idea, maybe.
Yeah, Rook F4 is creative.
Okay, it's just
But I just want to stick to like the simple moves and their evaluations according
okay.
to your, let's say.
okay. It's very
Gut
hard to
feeling.
evaluate. I mean, the position.
So
It's very concrete.
the move that played in the game was FG, HG, knight d4, queen d5, queen d5, bishop d5, knight f6 with an
And then-
opposite colored bishop endgame,
Yeah.
a pawn up. He tried, but it was
Was-
relatively easily defended by black,
Yeah. Okay.
at least from here. And now.
Okay, White has to do something because D5 is hanging.
So what would
So-
you calculate?
Yeah, those move probably. Rook Z1.
So let's say Rook C1.
Okay, let's say Rook Z1. What's going on after Rook Z1?
Yeah.
I mean, this looks Rook
Let's say Rook A8.
A1. Okay, now I have the same. F takes, and then 94. Takes. Okay, but now I have at least Rook C7. Take Rook E7. Bishop F5.
Shankland claimed that this is okay for black. I didn't bother checking afterwards, but
Okay, but
Yeah.
this looks promising, I think.
yeah, maybe it's.
I mean, I didn't see the game, but this looks, to me, looks very
in the
promising.
game they had a pawn up, White had a pawn up, and they exchanged.
But the
all-
problem here is he always goes Rook C8 at some point. Yes, if I play Bishop D4 and
D4?
try to double, but I think here White has very good chances of the Bishop D4.
Bishop D4, not to win a second pawn.
Okay, maybe okay.
I don't know. Just
Yeah, here E4 is better.
D7. I don't know.
No, but here it's clearly worse. For
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Here you cannot go to this
So
line.
Rook C1 looks like a good move. Another
Okay,
line.
yeah,
How would you calculate Queen G4? So-
yeah, Queen G4.
So just to be clear, with the experiment that I'm doing here, so you provide a line, the first couple of moves that come to mind, and then evaluation. Just very simple. No,
Okay.
nothing to test. I don't know the truth about the position
Yeah, okay. The first what comes in mind is Bishop takes D5.
after Queen G4.
Yeah, after Queen G4,
So-
Bishop takes D5, for instance.
Yes.
And okay, now Rook 81 looks very logical
Yes.
to pin, and maybe
Defend
Queen
somehow.
E4.
Yes.
Yeah, C6, and then okay, 94. So, okay,
And
this
how-
is what comes to mind. And here, okay,
And how would you evaluate this position?
okay, it's very hard to evaluate so quickly, but
no, just intuitively. Not,
intuitively I would say White is better, but I would say
Yeah.
looks very tempting.
So
I would prefer White here.
yeah, that was probably our conclusion as well. But
It looks
when Sam
unpleasant.
suddenly saw this position in the analysis and we offered or he noticed 94, he suddenly realized and thought that White is completely winning. And he
Okay,
did mention that he kind of agrees and it's he was worried about it.
okay, completely winning. I don't know, but okay, Queen E8, but okay, maybe. Okay, maybe it's just winning. Yeah? Take on G6, take on F6, but okay. Okay, for sure better, yes. But okay, Queen takes G. Okay, maybe it's similar to the game after Queen takes G6 and you get.
Yeah, probably
get one.
there is something else for White. Maybe some Rook D5 ideas.
Okay, but it looks very promising. That's true. It's very
Let's see.
promising.
FG, Queen G6. It's hard to suggest something. 6 pawns versus 6.
Okay, you can win one, but
What if I move my knight somewhere? Just threatening e4 and so on? Just coming with e4 and attacking. This
Yeah.
looks really bad.
okay, it looks bad. I agree.
Yeah.
Looks really
This
bad.
probably is close to loss, but I don't know for sure. Maybe bishop c5. But f6 is. Yeah,
Why
so
didn't play queen g4? He told, or
he didn't
just
see knight e4
okay.
or miss a, or
Maybe he
skipped
was.
it.
Yeah, maybe he skipped it. Maybe he saw the other line, and okay, he was calculating probably many lines.
Yes. So when you approach such a position with white, what would you do? Like,
Okay, I start calculating like rook c1, queen g4, take on g6, knight e4. This moves which you mentioned.
yeah,
And okay, I try to evaluate and go for one line, yeah. But okay, it's impossible to see everything. Sometimes
it's impossible. Yeah.
it's impossible to see everything, but okay.
But there is this thing that happened to Sam and happened to me lots of times in different positions. That you get to a critical position, so you have a
Yeah.
simple move, nothing special, nothing spectacular. You just look at this move for a few more seconds, and you realize just by
You're-
natural evaluation, okay, I'm much better, or at least it's difficult for the opponent to make a move. I have an attack or something. But you stop one move before, and then you say, okay, queen g4 is not working, and then you think about other things, and you get caught
Yeah,
up
and you forget queen g4.
because
Yes.
like our mind gets fixated on the other moves or just the evaluation that queen g4 is not working. We don't really know why, because we go quickly and in a disorganized fashion through the variations, and then we can just miss a lot of winning lines like this. And for example, in your game, you didn't miss the tactical lines when you had a chance. So probably it's a good idea when you sense a moment where you need to calculate, to probably in every line before you want to stop, you keep 1 or 2 moves more.
Yeah, or just go back in the lines. I mean, if you calculate 3 lines and you calculate every line, just go back. And,
Go back and don't get fixated on the idea that something doesn't
exactly,
work.
Yeah. This is also helpful sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for example, like using the placebo effect in a way, like you think, okay, I have a winning advantage. I'm going to think until I find the idea, because you have a lot of time. So you just go back and forth.
Okay, but you cannot spend too much time, I think, here.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you always think the same and it repeats the whole time. So I think it's better to have, 3 lines, just focus on
candidate
every line.
moves, like
3
queen
candidate
g4,
moves, yes.
Rook c1.
Try to calculate, and if you cannot see anything, just do it again, yes, and then try
Yes.
to
So first you
to
try your
conclude.
best. You're not being lazy. You try for 2-3 minutes for each line. Then if you find nothing, then you go back and try again,
Yes.
and then you decide of
And,
the one.
and then you
that's
should
the best.
decide, yeah. And
Yes.
before you decide, okay, some small checkup I would recommend,
Yes.
just not to plunder.
Yeah, so that's a decent advice, and probably the key for this is patience and just how do you call it, strong willpower to find the right line and to practice it at home and so on.
Okay, this is the most easiest part in chess to practice at home.
Yeah,
Because
but
other parts, I think it's very difficult.
it's also the easiest part to be lazy about and neglect, which
Yeah, that's
I
true.
can
Yeah.
admit.
And it's not the same conditions during the tournament and during
Yeah.
at
So
home.
how do you practice calculation? With this question, probably we will end this longest interview in chess history.
Okay, there are many things. I mean, many puzzles to work on or studies. I do a lot of calculation stuff with studies.
And do you move
It's
the
very
pieces
helpful, I
like,
think.
when
Never.
Never. You just
Never.
look at it in your head,
Yes.
and you have like
Okay, over the
arrows,
board, yes, yes. I see only arrows in my head and then just go for it. Yeah.
and you just find the solution and you check it, and
Yeah, afterwards, when I just sometimes I write it down because then you cannot trick yourself. Yeah.
yes, do you do it by yourself?
Yeah, I just write. Yes, I do it by myself. Oh, with some mate. Yeah.
Sparring partner.
Yeah, some sparring partners.
Okay,
yes.
great. So yeah, I appreciate all your time and insights. And
Thank you, yeah.
Shared frustrations and
Yeah,
and congrats again.
At least I
for-
could win one game. Yeah, I'm very happy, of
Yeah,
course.
congrats for the win and
That's
recovery from the previous painful
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah, thank you.
We have Sebastian Bogner. Thank you very
Thanks.
much. I appreciate it again. And I learned a lot. I hope the viewers managed to follow all the advice, the priceless advice that we received here. And we will be back shortly with some summary. And if the game between Leko and Nico will not finish by then, maybe we'll wrap it up for the day. We'll see how we feel. So thanks a lot once again, and see you all in a few minutes.